Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Making myself get back on Periscope. Go ahead and get started. Yay! Okay, so using this clip light. Hi, Keisha. Making sure it worked. Hello, I am Andrea Reynolds, and I am the Social Studies Whisperer. And I am a former classroom teacher turned social studies consultant for homeschooling families. And I am on a mission to make history hip. So I did a Facebook Live broadcast on my social studies. I have social studies in the brain. On my Facebook page with some 9/11 resources and websites, but I wanted to share a good deed challenge because I mentioned this on the broadcast last night that kids in this generation do not remember 9/11. They don't. It's just as ancient to them as, you know, the Civil War or American Revolution. It doesn't have the same meaning that it does to adults. So they're going to probably hear about it on the news, or maybe they'll ask questions, and it's really not appropriate to go into the exactly. And even my son, like I said, I was pregnant with my son. I went to the doctor for the first time, so he doesn't remember it that day. And so they're going to hear about it on the news, and actually, especially this year, since it's the 15th anniversary. So to get my math right, yes. So it's going to be more prominent, and it's also Patriots Day, which is, you know, you're supposed to commemorate it with a moment of silence when the Twin Towers were struck, and it's just a good day to be patriotic and you know, talk about being. If you don't want to get into the details of the actual terrorist attacks, then you can just explain it that it was a day that something really bad happened in America, and it's a way that we can show how America is still strong. So when I taught 5th grade last year, it was in our curriculum, and so I did talk about it and I did go into details. But with kids younger than 5th grade, I wouldn't go into details. Now, I did start a blog post about this idea, and I'm going to explain more so you can find the links. But this is a kind of activity that is a any day activity, and I did this last year with 3 different classes of 5th graders. But this is something that I think will be perfect for a family, because I don't know about y'all, but okay, my kids are a little bit older. I have a 14-year-old son and a 20-year-old daughter who doesn't live at home anymore, but they don't exactly treat each other with love and kindness. And I know my siblings and my sister and I still don't get along. So I think it's a good idea to always have more of a reason to spread a little kindness and do some good deeds without trying to get something out of it, because that's the whole thing. You know, they'll be little angels when they want something, right? But this is not about that. And I am a strong believer in like paying it forward and random acts of kindness, and that's something I always try to instill in my students. And I try with my son, but he's going through one of those phases where he thinks I'm a complete moron, so I just have to work with it. That's fine. I'm not. He's just being a doofus. That's what I say to him. So here is kind of what I did. Now, this is based on a group of kids. I have this image up at the beginning. This is something I printed. I like to play with washi tape and make pretty things with clip art. If your birthday was September 11th, 2001, if you were born on that day, obviously, like, I didn't want that to turn around. I have a clip like weird. I'm sitting in my room because my son's watching a movie. If your birthday is that day, then, I mean, your actual birthday is marred by, like, tragic event. And so this group of kids, group of teenagers, came up with an idea to kind of combat all the, you know, tragedy surrounding the memory of their day of birth. And for some reason, like, they did, it was much easier to find last year. And of course, I went to look for the website. I couldn't find anything this year, but still have a clip. Tripods and equipment do not work. I give up. I was trying to look all fancy lighting, but let's get real lighting. Okay, so it was easy to find this last year, and I had to Google the Good Deed Challenge to find the video, and I did post it on, it's on my website. It's, what these kids did, and I'll just play you a little clip of it.
I was born on September 11th, 2005, 26 a.m. 39 in the morning. 3 in the morning.
My name's Hillary. I was born, I think, somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on September 11th, 2001 in Norwalk Hospital, which is about 45 minutes away from New York City. I know a lot of people who go to my school who lost their parents or other family members in 9/11. I would hope it can become a day people can look at and they can realize how much things have changed and how the world in general has grown. How things can transform. I like looking for the best in things. If we all do good deeds on 9/11, it'll add up. Doing something good makes me feel good as well. It makes me realize I have the power to change things and that there's really nothing stopping me. It's sort of become a part of who I am. I was born on 9/11. This 9/11 day, remember to do one good deed.
Thank you for inviting followers, Keisha. That just gives me, it just warms my little mommy heart and teachery heart. So I just, it's so, I have a soft place for, like, whenever I see kids, like, entrepreneurs starting a business or, kids starting something like this. And you can find, examples of all kinds of different, ideas I'm going to show you in a minute, but what I had my students do, and this would definitely work for families too, and I put it together. I made it a quilt for the bulletin board out in the hall, but I think it would be so neat to kind of have everybody in your family pick a good deed that they pledged to do, and there's no timeline on it the way that I did it, okay? Of course, I like to put my own spin on things. So I just said, I told my students last year, I said, just pick a good deed that you pledge to do. And I said, don't make it something that you know you're not going to do or you're only doing because you want to get a reward for it or you want to get recognized. I said, this is not something that you're going to come back and tell me you did it. This is just going to be something that you're going to do and expect nothing in return because that's a true good deed. And so and I had them decorate a picture, like make it red, white, and blue, and then I taped them together, and made like a quilt, and then like put a little border of washi tape and duct tape, and put a little ribbon because I kind of have quite the hoard of washi tape and duct tape. So because I can't sew, I'm gonna do it on a real quilt. So here's what it looked like. Okay, it was really wide angle, so I cannot get a full picture of it, like in the hall, but, those were the signs I hung up, and you don't have to make a sign, I just like playing on the computer, and I put, like I said, I just stuck it to the wall, or you could stick it, like if you have a homeschooling space, you could stick it to your wall there, or you could put it on the refrigerator, and I just put a little, here's the real reason I did ribbon on the corner, because I was like, 1 inch shy of duct tape. I ran out and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know this whole thing. And so I just stuck some ribbon on the corners right there. That's where I ran out. Why does this do this to me every time? It's because I have my brightness up all the way on my screen because I'm old and blind. Okay, there we go. So you can see, and some of the kids pick some like really good things. Some of them, they're like, I want to save the world. I was like, that's not a good deed. That's nice, but you could, like, it could be something for another family member, or it could be something like a activity that your family does together, or it could be something like maybe you have one child really interested in animals. Well, maybe they could collect donations for an animal shelter, or you know, that like nursing home oh, that's not the proper term for it, is it? Assisted living facilities. They always like people coming and visiting. You could always write a letter to a soldier. You can do that every day. But on the website, the 911day.org, they have so many suggestions. And I kind of showed a little bit of this yesterday, but they don't have the video on here. And like I said, it was kind of hard to find that video, but I just Googled it and I found it on AOL site, and I did not realize that AOL even still had a website, but they do. So, of course, you don't have to donate to it, but you can find all different ideas for volunteering, and then you can even find like a project already in the works. Like there's one, because I know sometimes I'm like, oh, write letters to troops, and then you're like, well, how do I mail them? Well, this tells you exactly what to do, because you do have to follow certain guidelines for letters going overseas, and especially to the troops. And also, there's a plant flowers, and some of these are, you have to be in the area, and a lot of the activities are going to be based in New York, of course, but like I would search for Atlanta. So for Teach 9/11, there's pictures and a 9/11 day videos. Now, I have not watched any of the videos on this website, so I would preview them first, because like I said, I always use BrainPop and Flocabulary, so it might even be, oh, that kid one might be on here. I just was looking in the wrong place. Babies ad. Like I said, especially, oh yeah, this is it. Okay, yeah. But I would definitely, with this kind of subject matter, no matter if it's on like this public, very public, looks very, kid-friendly kind of website, I would definitely preview them first, because you don't know what kind of, even like I would watch something from year to year and the ads would change or something. So always preview first. And so you might be able to just find that there. And they do have activities for families under the resources. Like I said, lesson plans, that just means anybody could use it. Teachers, parents, and here's a way to explain what happened to younger students, because it's kind of hard to explain without scaring them. And, if they don't ask, I kind of wouldn't go into detail about it. It's not something I'll just bring up. And then this was a lot of good character lessons. Because kids will get interested in helping others too. And that's something you want to embrace that. That's something you should make time for. Teaching empathy ideas. First tribute to first responders. Okay. You could understand hunger. So like I said, if your child is really, and I think these will be great for like a Girl Scout troop or a Boy Scout troop to get in and do some of these things. Like I said, you could just pick, have everybody in the family, and even mom and dad, or mom and grandma, or whoever, or it's just me and my son, just me and whoever, and just everyone pick one deed, because I picked one last year too. Like I had the other teachers pick one, and so we wrote it down, decorated the paper. I cheated and I used clip art because I can't draw. So that's just something you could do, and it doesn't have to be done that day. It could just be something that you pledge. I called it a pledge. I said, you pledge to do a good deed. And, you could turn it into a reward, but, with your kids, but I think I would just have them, just encourage them to do it. And then hopefully that will inspire them to want to do more than one good deed. So, I said, I posted this on my website, but I'm going to add more details to the blog post, because all I have on it is the video and the link. So it is the socialstudieswhisperer.com, and you can find a link to it in my profile, but there it is just in case. And I encourage you to do this, and if you, like I said, even if you don't want to get into the whole 9/11, then this will be a great activity. That's why I wanted to do this today, so maybe you could be thinking about doing this Sunday or Monday, or whenever. Any day is a good day to do a good deed. So thank you for watching, and I would love to know if you choose to do this activity. Let me know, because I want to see what you did, and I want to hear about what your family did. You can, I'd say, find me on Instagram, but I'll probably post this picture on there, but feel free to comment on the post, or just let me know on Twitter or whatever. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.